WhiskyJason here, Whisky Live Dublin 2024, together with
Nick Ryan
from
Thomond Gate, Limerick Whisky.
Very good. So it's been a busy year for you, I think.
Busy year as always, but yeah, we're getting there.
Success has its disadvantages sometimes.
Sure. We keep ourselves busy anyway. That's the main thing.
Very good. How did you come about the idea of making a brand of whiskey in Ireland?
Well, I guess it really goes back quite a while back. I grew up in hospitality. Right. My parents had Henratty's, which was the oldest hotel in Limerick, and I had the early job of being a small fella, dusting and cleaning and washing and all that, doing all the odd jobs. But one of the tasks was actually cleaning the frames of these old adverts of the distilleries of Limerick and other industries. So what really caught my interest was Limerick whiskey, and I'd be working. It
used to be a thing.
It used to be a thing, and now is again.
Yes.
So I had that thought going, wow, that's amazing. There's great history, and we had guests coming from all over the world, and they'd be going, oh, I'd like to try some local whiskey, and at the time there was only Paddy's and Jameson and Tullamore, and that's all you could really Bushmill. Yeah, we had Bushmills, in fairness, but
wrong location.
Yeah, but it was there. Yeah. But it was that thought was sown at an early age, and then my first, I guess, whiskey venture did a thing in Graz in Austria. I did organise some parties and whiskey tastings and so on in 2007. 2014, I won a hackathon for Ballantyne's whiskey, and I was working in London corporate world, and I just had this burning urge to do it and to revive Limerick's place in the world of whiskey. And knowing the history from a young age, and even seeing it, I was out in places, and even my stag do, I was in Belgium, and seeing a frame of Limerick whiskey was like calling to me, going, I got to do this.
That
Yeah. So it was kind of calling, and I said, okay, I gotta do this. So I did what anybody does, took a risk, and just followed it, and said, keep my head focused. And now we have Limerick whiskey. We have whiskey of this year that is of Limerick grain and the elements. It's distilled at Great Northern. We don't have a distillery in Limerick yet, but we're working on that. But from an element of provenance, where your ingredients come from, we're not doing it about terroir. It's not that argument. It's about local support, working with local people, and it is something that is a challenge each year. So that's what we do.
Good. Let's take a look at some of your whiskeys.
We have a number of whiskies here. We have the Chateau Kirwan cask, really, really popular. Really has gone down really well.
Single cask?
Single cask, Margaux. We have...
They sell out almost immediately.
Yeah, they have been really well. We have a bit here available, and actually some online at the moment. Danish rye, so...
with the tin as well?
Yeah, with the tin. So
the first time I've ever seen this.
Yeah.
All right.
So these
Tell
are
me a little bit about the design here.
Yeah, so the design is actually of a map of Limerick in the back. This is actually this point up here, just north of Thomond Bridge, is where the distillery was.
Okay.
And you can actually see the distillery. This is actually the cooperages. This is the actual distilling, this brew house. Malting floor is here.
Okay.
Very hard to see that.
How old is the map then?
1800s.
Yeah, 1920s.
Yeah, 1800s. Yeah.
All right,
very hard to find a map like this.
I was going to say, that's great. Right.
So, and then each of these are quite sustainable because the tubes come blank and we apply a label on the front.
Exactly.
And they're all individually numbered. So it's like a piece of art ultimately, and that's what they are. But this is a Danish rye. It's over in Belgium, Luxembourg. At the moment, doing really, really well. Fantastic, really great whiskey. Again, Stounings cask. Really, really good. Danish Stounings.
Do I see new make?
We have new make. So
let's talk about new make for a second.
We have our non-GI. So this is 15% oats, which makes it non-GI.
This was all distilled at
Great Northern Distillery.
So,
This is a 2021 stock that we distilled. This is our GI, which is 5% oats in it. And then we also have our single malt, which is made using Limerick barley, which we malted.
So you took grain from your region, brought it up to Great Northern, you distilled it. Where are the casks now? Still
up in there. We're working on getting a bond to bring it down.
That'd be great to have a bond down there.
It is, and it's nearly lost the bottle. it's quite a costly thing to get a bond. You have to have security against the duty at risk, and we're working on getting that. And again, every time somebody buys a bottle, they're helping us make that happen. And if we have a cask program, which really supports the business.
Tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to get a cask?
Oh, sorry. It costs $7,500 to get a cask.
Euros?
Yeah, euros.
The other video is £8,000.
Yeah. So euros, and they have that cask. It's stored for 5 years.
Right.
After that 5 years, I'd recommend keeping it longer, obviously. But that's what kind of makes it all encompassing.
Right.
And you can actually, that's there. And if we open up on the inside, you can see. Those are the fields and how they're ploughed. Basically, all the effort we go to, and it helps make what we do happen.
And look, there's this nice-looking guy in the back as well.
Just in case they forget who it is,
Who's Nick?
Yeah, and who they need to chase after when their whiskey's ready. So that's it. So,
very good.
But it's just again trying to do things and do it authentically and do it right. But also build a community. We have some really great people that have supported us, have been on board from day one, and having that support makes this happen.
Right.
So simply by getting a bottle, sharing it, telling friends about it, these are all things how people can help out and get the word. And this is actually something that's going to be more of a core release. It's the Nightingale, which is Amarone Imperial Stout, single malt fatting, 6-year-old. Great Northern single malt, so it's really turned out fantastic. We've had an amazing response from people. They love it. It was so much so that we're saying, okay, we need to scale this up and make it readily available. So we'll be working on bringing this again.
Even, right?
So a nice balancing point. We again, our single cask release is our cask strength. So for anybody who's not familiar with the brand, that could be maybe a bit intimidating. But 49% is a good introduction to show people this is what whiskey can be and how it is, and that it's not going to overwhelm their palate, if they're not used to that. So particularly because it's going to be widely available, it's going to be high in the bar. And you don't have that chance to educate a customer that it's a higher strength if it's cask strength. So that's what we're working on at the moment. So
anything else in the pipeline you can mention?
There's lots that we've got great casks laid down. There's some really interesting stuff. There's a cognac cask coming next. So a single malt finished cognac, really good. We haven't released one of them in a very long time. Probably released one of them back in 2020. So we're going to release one of them again because people have been asking for it. So we'll have one of them out soon, and as well as the core release. And if Limerick wins the All Ireland again, there may be a 5 in a row. There may be, but let's see what happens. But there's plenty more whiskies to be shared when they're ready.
Can we sign up for a newsletter?
Yeah, you can. If you go to our website to thomondgatewhiskey.com or to limerickWhiskey.com, you can register on our website for our next release. It's the best way to keep in touch, and that way you can reach out to us and say, I want to be updated. You'll get an email. I'll try to make sure that's not 2 a.m. in the morning, but also you can join our community page. I think you're a member of it. Thomond Gatekeeper page, Facebook group, and our Instagram page, and our social media. It's always, we try to keep people updated of what's going on and what doing next. Otherwise, sure, there's so much going on in the whiskey world, it's hard to keep up. But we try to keep people informed and up to date what's going on. So
that's great.
But thank you.
Very good. WhiskyJason here together with
Nick Ryan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.